dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news. At Paul Brown Stadium, that's where we're at here in Cincinnati. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Got it. 52's the mic. Check. 52's the mic. You're not ready. You're not ready. Ready.
Now a two-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Ready?
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Five. Now.
On 2nd and 7, Tannehill. And some space here. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. The run there on 1st down gets him a yard to the 26. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, shoot. X3, 218, chop it.
After the run, Tannehill going to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play in football.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Throwing on 2nd and long. Tannehill. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long. Now it's Tannehill. He's going to air one out. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game.
And the pressure gets to him again. Jabal Sheard wreaking the defensive havoc. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. It's Barkley on the counter. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. As the Ravens push further out in front. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And it's now 14-0. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill, and that's complete to Luke Wilson. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
4 down.
Here's Tannehill. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Julian Love, the rookie from Notre Dame. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that can really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense. Hey, wahoo!
They go play action with Ryan. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now, standing just outside his own goal line. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Ravens' 29.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic.
Yes, yes.
52, Mike 52.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill looking for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. 57's Mike. Mike 57.
Big rip, big rip.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he finds McLaurin. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Check 52.
80 weapon. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
57.
Shoot.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
57. Mike 57. Watch the slants. Watch the slant.
What? Squeeze. 5.
Here's Tannehill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Now Saquon Barkley, and he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Now Ryan back into his end zone. Got a man. It's Berrios complete. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
At the 18-yard line.
On second and 11 now. Ryan, he'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Ryan. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A nice gain of 21 yards. A first down carry for Barkley. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, check.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Ryan. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Now Ryan to the goal line, but it's incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. The line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Throwing again, Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. This clearly the final play of the half, but no field goal attempt. They're going for it with 3 seconds remaining.
Hey, foxtrot.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll run it again with Barkley. Oh, it breaks another. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. Third and long. It's Ryan. And that is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Patrick Owasor coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Hey, exit. Line 52. Ready?
Back to throw, Tannehill. And now here's another interception. Trey Flowers picks it. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 46 yards. As the Ravens push further out in front. Gostkowski with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be out right at the 35. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Tannehill now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down. Tannehill now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Tannehill. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. Drop deep, drop deep.
Throwing again is Tannehill. Catch made by Slayton. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Luke Wilson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Barkley. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
51, Sam, go! Mike, 55, check, 55, Mike. Here we go,
Play action, Ryan. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th.
59, Daddy, you ready? Let's get this ball back. Wait.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now it's Ryan. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. P.J. Williams with a pick. And this one will be brought back to the 22. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's Tannehill. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. There he goes left side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Olivier Vernon. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Hey, Delta. Get it.
To try again after the sack, Tannehill. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Tracy Walker, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check.
Hey, echo.
It's a part.
Throwing again. Ryan. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. There was a safety, Rashad Jones, that time, who was able to break up the play. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Ready, set.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
57's the Mike. 57's the Mike.
Come on. You better bring it. Hit it.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. And now here is another interception. Trey Flowers picks it, and he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They go play action with Ryan. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And got his man complete. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 53 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. Now it's Ryan. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did. And, my goodness, another interception. Trey Flowers picks it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Now it's Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Ryan eluding the pressure right. And he finds Howard complete. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Hey, Charlie!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 41. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Hey, shoot!
Ryan wants to throw it. And Diggs has it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Ravens, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, it'll be loss number 6 on the season for them, and they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.